Welcome back to the Plays with Cars YouTube channel and another episode of Miniatures Mondays. We are talking about Fresh Cherries again. Yeah, those Bizarro diecasts from a couple of weeks back. However, as you can see, this one is a bit different size. This is not your Hot Wheels size 1/64th scale that we showed off before. This is a 1/24th scale. This is still made by Fresh Cherries, by Motormax. You see down here on the bottom, there's the Motormax logo. I don't think it actually says Fresh Cherries on the bottom, but these came in a Fresh Cherries packaging. And again, they made all the Bizarro cars. You had Gremlins, you had Pintos, you had Pacers, you had just really kind of cool 70s stuff that nobody had ever really kind of done justice to in a larger scale. And 1/24th was an interesting choice. Most of your big diecast cars like this are 1/18th scale for the collectors. 1/24th is usually reserved for model builders. So these have become pretty popular with model builders, even though it's a metal body, because, up until the recent AMT re-release of like this Gremlin, for example, you had to pay a couple $100, for an original to turn into one. So instead, these guys can unscrew these things, take them apart, modify them, customize them, do whatever. And these are actually really nice. Now, as nice as the 1/64th ones were, they had some scale issues. They were all kind of a little off because they were box scale instead of true scale. Their 1/24th stuff seems to actually be true scale. And you can see they have features. So, like for example, the grille you can see through. It's real lenses for the lights, real chrome on the bumpers. And if I get that open, look at that engine bay. You got the classic AMC inline 6 there. That's the 7 main bearing. That's the engine that became the 4-liter in the Jeep. Back in the day, in the Gremlin, it was either a 232 or a 258 most likely. But look at that. You got heater hoses, you got an air cleaner, you got plugs and wires. I mean, it's really well detailed. Different colors are called out there, all the way down to a transmission cooler there in front of the radiator. And then here in the interior, again, doors both open. And inside, and this one's got this really cool kind of teal color. I think they were kind of going for like a Levi's look on the seats. You can see the pattern is all done in there. I mean, and just like look at that dashboard. Of course, working steering. You got gauges, the whole nine. Optional back seat. When the Gremlin first came out in 1970, it was the first American subcompact car, by the way. Not a lot of people know that. It originally came out as a 2-seater. The back seats weren't added as an option until later on. But no opening hatch. It's the only thing that doesn't open, but it rolls, it steers, it has the opening hood and the opening doors. And like I said, it's really well done. I mean, like, look, this roof rack is separate chrome piece, the little rear spoiler thing. You got the gas cap there in the back, real taillight lenses. The bottom leaves a bit to be desired, but I mean, that's to be understood. But it's actually not bad. I mean, you've got a rear axle, you've got rear leaf springs, you've got the single exhaust system, the front suspension. Like, it's not that bad for kind of toy quality. But anyways, these were not expensive when they were new. They were fairly affordable, especially for the quality you got. They seem to be pretty sturdy. Obviously, your little things like the antenna and the roof racks and stuff will break off with actual kid play. But, as far as sturdiness, they're pretty hefty. But this is the only one I've got. I know they made a whole bunch of them. Nowadays, they kind of go for Bizarro money. It depends on which car and which color it is, on what kind of value it has. This Gremlin's been the only one I've had that's been kind of laying around forever, but this one's going to go up on eBay too, which is why I wanted to talk about it and show it off before we send it on its merry way. But yeah, that's some more interesting Bizarro diecast trivia history for you there. Anybody that's into Motormax and weird 70s cars, man, you've got options. If you don't like the box scale issues that the 1/64th ones had, collect the 1/24ths. I mean, frankly, these are nice models. If you are into these cars, this is a nice thing to put on your shelf. I mean, I had this displayed for probably a good 10 years. My display's gotten so big, I got to pick and choose, and I'm not going to take this apart and turn it into something crazy, so this is what we got. Until next time, this has been the Plays with Cars YouTube channel.